Rent eats half your paycheck, and people still say the problem is each other. Confusion never shamed anybody. Fear around confusion turns into spite, slurs, and clenched fists, and suddenly neighbors look at each other like enemies instead of folks trying to breathe in the same burning house. Nobody wakes up knowing gender theory, racial history, or political rot. Learning takes patience. Panic turns ignorance into violence. Social fights live inside of political fights. The state barges into bedrooms and classrooms, chokes books off of shelves, arrests protesters, and treats people's bodies like property. Book bans spread through districts across Florida, Texas, and beyond. Protest laws raise penalties, encourage vigilante drivers, and widen definitions of riot so cops can sweep crowds like dust. Abortion bans lock futures behind state doors. School boards purge teachers who tell the truth about race. Wages haven't moved in years while the average rent is $1,700. Gas, groceries, insulin, and housing siphon paychecks like a busted fuel line. The minimum wage still sits at $7.25, frozen like someone decided working people deserved punishment for being alive. Meanwhile, corporate profits hit record highs. Wealth stays stacked against us. White families hold over 200 grand more on average than black and Hispanic families. That gap didn't fall from the sky. It was engineered by policy, policing, and power. For black and brown folks, the fight against systemic racism is the class war. Police stops, eviction rates, food deserts, medical biases, and redline neighborhoods show how heavy the double weight sits. White working folks feel class boots too, though. Bills pile up, pain pills fill cabinets, pay stubs shrink. When you get hit in the gut long enough, anger starts looking for a target, and leaders with soft hands and rich parents whisper poison into ears about who to blame. Different history, same fight for the right to live without someone's boot on your neck or your bank account. Seeing each other as rivals only feeds the people handing out scraps. The ruling class keeps its grip three ways: crushing wages through union busting and mergers, jacking up rent and basic goods through landlord cartels and corporate monopolies, criminalizing dissent so rage stays quiet and isolated instead of marching shoulder to shoulder. There is no shame in not knowing something yet. Shame only rises when you refuse to learn and swing at the wrong faces. Curiosity builds bridges. Fear builds prisons. Working people share kitchen table panic more than we admit. Shared struggle becomes shared power when we stop punching sideways and start lifting each other up like our lives depend on it, 'cause they do. Survival isn't enough anymore. Dignity matters. Solidarity matters. Together, we make the ground shake instead of begging for crumbs. Organize, mobilize, resist. When regular people stand together, nobody tells us to crawl.